Hello everybody. So I wanted to record a video giving you guys a summary of what it is that I do, because I get asked this endlessly, which is fantastic. It's really nice to think that what little old me does on a day-to-day basis is attracting the eyes of other people, if you like, because I tell you now, when I was growing up as a child, nobody paid any attention to what I was doing, and certainly as a teenager and early adulthood, no way. So it's yeah, it's really humbling, and I'm very grateful that so many people watch what it is that I get up to these days, and hopefully a lot of you have a laugh with me, because yeah, I even find my own life quite comical, the things that go on, and like, for example, losing my car insurance paperwork and wondering if my car actually even is insured, which it is, by the way. I was looking on my online bank statements and I had no outgoing car payments for car insurance. So I was starting to panic, and then discovered that I actually paid it in one whole go in the whole year. So anyway, so yeah, I find it funny as well. So it's nice to see that so many of you guys sort of follow my journey and get to have a good giggle as well. But one thing I get asked daily, lots, is how did it all begin? What is it you actually do? You know, take us back to the beginning. And it's nice to be able to have that opportunity, and I suppose the platform to be able to do that for you. So I'm going to take you back to the beginning. I'm going to give you a summary of how I got here, because when I was younger, I was the shy girl. I grew up on a council estate. There's obviously nothing wrong with that. I was brought up by a teenage mum, and there's no way, if you were to look at me as a child and as a teenager, you'd have said that I'd be successful. It was just never going to happen. If anything, you'd have predicted I'd have ended up pregnant at a young age and living my whole life in government help. That's probably where you would have seen the direction of my life going. And to be honest, it's probably where I actually saw my own life heading, in that direction. But everything kind of took a bit of a turn when I was in my 20s. I met my husband Ian, who is my partner in crime. He's brilliant. You guys that might follow Ian, he says he's the brand of Danny Wells. Don't quite know how true that is, but yeah, he's absolutely hilarious. And we just we're a great duo, definitely. So I met Ian, and Ian's a tiler, so he tiles kitchens and bathrooms. Little plug there if you want a bathroom or kitchen tiling. So he puts tiles on a floor and a wall, and he loved what he did. And what happened was, we got together, and I actually had the contraceptive implant put in. I did want children, but not for a long time. And my contraceptive implant was the one in the 2009 batch that went wrong. Well, I say it went wrong. It was a blessing in disguise for us, but I know that's a very different story for a lot of other people. But there was a massive batch that went wrong, and a lot of people ended up with many complications. A lot of people ended up pregnant, and it caused a big problem in the UK, if you can remember it or not. But mine was one of those, and I ended up falling pregnant, and it wasn't planned, obviously, and we were a bit like, oh, what are we going to do? And we decided, you know, let's embrace it. This is obviously a gift. This is how it's meant to be. You know, we're going to have a baby, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. How naive were we? Anyway, so we had this beautiful daughter, Farah, who's now 6, and she was an absolute gift for us. Really, really. I was suffering quite badly with depression and anxiety, and not really knowing where the direction of my life was going. So Farah was a complete gift for us. And I decided after Farah was born to go back to work part-time. I was working for an optician's. I'd been there for 7 years. I really, really enjoyed it. And kind of just imagined that was where our life was going to take us. I was probably going to work at the opticians until I retire. Ian was going to work as a tiler until his back became too bad. Like, that's what happens when people work in that kind of trade. Or his hands gave up on him, or his knees gave up. And then we'd just retire at 60, 70 and just live on our retirement income. And thought that was how it would be. Then we were surprised with a second little baby. And although we did actually plan to have her, so she wasn't really a surprise. So Ivana came along. What was the surprise was we just assumed that when Ivana was born, life would be the same. We just thought she'd just slot in, life would be exactly the same. But Ivana, if you know Ivana, you follow her in my journey, is like this little powerhouse, this little rocket. She turned the whole direction of our family around. We were going in one direction, she took us down another. I'm very grateful for that. So when I was pregnant with her, I had a very healthy pregnancy, and we gave birth to her, a very normal birth. I actually managed to have a VBAC birth following Farah being a cesarean because she was breech, which was incredible. It was an incredible experience to be able to do that. And after she was born, we realised that something wasn't right. The doctors realised, the midwives realised something was not quite right. And so she was sent off for tests, and it actually was discovered through a CT scan and an MRI scan that she actually was having a enormous brain hemorrhage and a stroke. And to cut a long story short, we were actually told that she would not survive this. It was so enormous. The bleed in her brain was, an adult couldn't have survived what was going on in her head. For a new baby, absolutely never going to happen. So we sat by her side, life support, and we kind of prepared for the worst, as you would do. No one can prepare you for saying hello to your child and then straight away having to say goodbye. You know, in my whole experience so far, that was the worst thing that I've ever had to go through. And we are incredibly lucky that this little girl, this little fighter, somewhere dug deep and found strength to get from each day to the next. I don't know how she did it, although she's 5 now, and actually she is a little fighter. She digs courage from the plate. You just think, where did that come from? So she went from one day to the next to the next to the next in hospital, and that was just incredible. But while that was all happening, because I was on maternity leave, and obviously maternity pay is not a lot, we had to have an income coming in to pay our bills. Our bills were still the same, our house bills, our electric, gas, car, you know, all the bills that go up. We still had another child. Farah was 18 months at this point. So Ian had to go to work and do his tiling because we needed the money. We didn't have any extra incomes coming in. We didn't have any plan B incomes. There was nothing, no savings, nothing. So while all this was happening, Ian was having to go to work. Yet he wanted to be in hospital with his daughter. That was where he wanted to be. And I wish that I'd known about Arbonne then, because if I had, and I'd built an Arbonne online business, what would have been different is Ivana would have had her mum and her dad by her side when she needed us both there. Our other daughter, Farah, who, bless her little self, had to go and move in with grandma and granddad, because obviously we were in hospital. I was in hospital while he was at work. She would have had that, you know, grandma and granddad did a great job with her. But if we'd had our Arbonne business, there'd been much more stability there. And we did the best, everybody did the best that they could do in that situation. But if we'd had an Arbonne business, that income that would have been coming in would have enabled it to have been a million times better. But we didn't have that, and I kick myself time and time again that I didn't, but it is what it is. So anyway, Ivana was discharged from hospital, and she was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. We were told that she'd never walk, she'd never talk, she would constantly be in and out of hospital, she'd have seizures, she needed to have her head measured because of the bulge from her brain every day, so I used to have to walk down to the doctors to get her head measured, to come back again. She was in and out of hospital, neurology. We had she had a psychologist. She had a play specialist. She had I'm trying to think what else she had. Pediatrician. So many. I think she had at one point a list of about 20 professionals that we were having to take her back and forth to see. And during all this, Ian was having to work to bring in the income. So life was rubbish. Life was horrific. It was amazing to have these 2 very great little kids, and but the strain was horrific. The strain on mine and Ian's marriage, the strain on my parenting. I was shouting at the girls. You know, I don't want to be a shouty parent. I was shouting, I was stressed, I was pushing my friends away. We had no money. I was constantly in debt. I was hiding from people knocking on the door trying to collect money. It was horrific. It was just a horrible time of our lives. So I was on Facebook complaining about how, you know, woe is me, how awful my life is at the minute, and you know, as you do. I think we all know somebody that's like a bit of a whinger. That was definitely me. And I'm reminded by my whinging days by that flipping at time hop that comes up and reminds me about all the complaints I used to make. And anyway, so Ivana was about 1, maybe 2, and Farah was like 3, maybe 4. And I saw a post on Facebook by a friend that I knew from baby groups called Emma Dickinson. And I actually knew her from being in the Air Cadets as teenagers, but I knew her more recently from playgroup. She had a little boy, Blake, the same age as my Farah. And she put on Facebook that she was working from home. And Emma is a very credible person. She's not one of these girls that just flits from one thing to the next. She's very, very serious. She's very credible. And anything that Emma does, she takes very seriously. And I thought, if Emma's doing something from home, it's not going to be like a little, you know, little like icky thing on the side. It's going to be something serious. So I sent her a message and said, you know, Emma, I'm looking to do something. Oh, I missed out a key point. I left my job at Specsavers. Because of being a Vanna's carer, and I went on to benefits. I was in receipt of carer's allowance to help take care of Vanna. Anyway, so I saw Emma's thing, and I messaged her. I was like, you know, Emma, I'm looking to do something. I've kind of lost my identity. I'm literally smack bang in the middle of depression and anxiety. I need an extra income. Ian's working 7 days a week to pay our bills. We're not making any progress. If we carry on the way we're going, in 5 years' time, we are either going to be in the same position or more likely 10 times worse. We're already thousands of pounds in debt just from trying to pay our bills. We cannot seem to catch a break. You know, what is it you're doing? I'd love to know more about it. And so Emma said, you know what, I can't explain it by message. Pop round for a coffee and I'll go over it. So I was like, okay. So we organised to go for a coffee, and I went over a couple of days later with the kids. And the kids were playing. I said, right, come on, what is it? And Emma said to me, well, have you ever heard of Arbonne? And I said, no, never heard of Arbonne, which I genuinely hadn't. And Emma said, okay, well, have you heard of social marketing, or otherwise known as network marketing, or otherwise known as multi-level marketing? And I was like, no, I don't think so, but I had heard of like door-to-door sales, you know, where people go around knocking on doors and delivering catalogues, and if people want to order products, you pay for the products on your card, and then you then deliver them and get the money back. So I'd kind of heard of that concept. I suppose a bit like Avon, Clean Easy, that kind of thing. I'd heard of that. And Emma was like, right, it's nothing like that at all. Social marketing, there's no door-to-door knocking, there's no catalogue deliveries, there's no taking money off people, none of that. So it's basically a word-of-mouth system where kind of like, and she said to me, have you ever recommended like a film? And I said, yeah, of course. I thought, yeah, I recommend films if I like films. And she said, right, well, if you recommend a handful of people to go and see a film at the cinema that you've enjoyed, do you consider yourself a salesperson? And I was like, no, I definitely am not a salesperson. I was like, no, if I recommended a film, I wouldn't consider that selling. I wouldn't consider that salesperson role. I'd consider that making an honest recommendation. And then if somebody likes my recommendation, they go to the cinema and see the same film. If they don't like my recommendation, they don't go and see the film. It's fine. And she said, right, okay. So she said, so let's say you tell 10 people about that film, and half of them love your recommendation and they go to the cinema, and half of them say it's not for me and they don't. I'm like, okay. And she said, you know, the half that do go to the cinema and see your film, the film you've recommended? I'm like, yeah. She said, imagine if their ticket costs £10 each. So 5 people, cinema, £10 each, that's £50 in the cinema's till on your recommendation. I was like, oh, that's good for the cinema. She was like, yeah, free advertising. Ooh. She said, imagine if the cinema sent you a 10% paycheck from that extra income you've just sent their way. And I was like, yeah, £5, that's not bad for a free recommendation. She was like, that's social marketing. She goes, we don't sell, we don't take any money off anybody, we just share an opinion, and then we show people where to go if they think that's going to benefit them. So for example, I share my cinema opinion and then show them, go to this cinema if that's what you want to do. And for the people that don't, they don't. And then I get a paycheck for that. And I was like, literally, I was like, oh my God. I was like, sounds too good to be true. That's incredible. And she was like, well, let me explain it a little bit more. So I said, okay. So she said, basically, it's a health and wellness company, so it's not films. It's all based around consumable products. Because Emma said to me, she goes, Danny, this is Emma. Emma's got 3 kids and a dog. She goes, I do not have time for pocket change. She goes, if I'm so busy with all my kids, my job, my husband's got his own business, Chris has got his own business. She was like, I'm so busy, I do not have time to do something that's only going to bring in a couple of £100 extra a month. I don't have time for pocket change. She goes, it needed to be a serious income. It needed to be over £1,000 a month at the very minimum. So she said to me, if I was going to start a business, Danny, it needed to be where my recommendations, this is Emma saying this, my recommendations are going to appeal to 100% of the market. So I was like, I think I'm following you. And she said, put it this way, if I was recommending, let's say, Tupperware or mobile phones or holidays, all of those things most people buy, but how often do they buy them? And I was thinking, well, flipping it, Tupperware, people only buy it when they lose their lid. So like once every 5 years probably. And Hoovers once every couple of years, mobile phones once every couple of years, holidays once a year. And she said, exactly. She was like, let me stop you there. Exactly. So she said, I'm not appealing to everybody, for one, and I'm not appealing to everybody every single month. And I was like, yeah, I get that. She said, so Arbonne is in the consumable products. She said, let me ask you a question, Danny. So I said, okay. She said, do you have a wash every day? And I was like, yeah, are you saying something? She was like, no, go with me. She was like, do you have a wash every day? I said, yes. She said, do you use toothpaste every day? I said, yes. She said, do you use deodorant every day? I said, yes. She said, do you eat and drink every day? I said, yes. She said, would you say that 100% of people in our society would say yes to the same? And I was like, yeah, pretty much. Might be the odd person that doesn't, but yeah, pretty much, 99%. She said, right. She said, Arbonne appeals to everybody. And not just that, she said, everybody needs to buy these health wellness beauty products every time they run out. When your toothpaste runs out, you buy more. When your deodorant runs out, you buy more. When your energy drinks run out, you buy more. When your protein bars and your protein shakes and your supplements run out, you buy more. When your makeup runs out, you buy more. She goes, let's face it, we'd rather run out of milk in the fridge than we would our mascara. Girls do not run out of mascara. We've got backup mascara so that we don't run out. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, oh my gosh, if I did this as a business, I appeal to, let's say, 99% of people, because 99% of people wash and take care of themselves, and you know, they consider health important and hygiene important. And if they love the products, they're going to reorder them every time they run out. And I was like, Emma, your business is genius. And she was like, Danny, I know. She said, this is why I'm not interested in pocket change. I'm interested in serious money. And I was like, okay, right. I was like, I get it. I said, how are the products good? I was like, because I'm not recommending products to people when they're going to use it once, they're going to be disappointed, disheartened, they're going to be annoyed at me for recommending something rubbish, and they're never going to buy it again. And she was like, that's the genius bit. And I was like, yeah, it's better. And she said, yeah. She said, what's so unique about this company, it's been around for 37 years, is only moved through word of mouth recommendation. So we don't pay for celebrities to endorse our products, which means the price can be brought right down. We do not sell in shops for a couple of reasons, which I'll tell you. So what do you think about a product that has been a part of the company that has had exponential growth for 37 years? We double our business every 2 years. Exponential growth has only moved and grown through word of mouth. And I said, well, it'd have to be the most incredible thing ever, because people aren't brand loyal unless something absolutely blows their head off. And she was like, exactly. I said, okay, come on, tell me about these products then. I said, okay. So she goes, we've got 4 categories. Skincare for everybody. So we've got anti-aging, we've got men's, we've got oily skin, we've got sensitive skin, we've got acne prone skin, we've got baby skin. Skincare for everybody. I was like, okay, that's category 1. Category 2, makeup. She goes, our makeup is used on TVs and film sets. Our makeup is the most high-end luxury prestige makeup anybody can get their hands on. I was like, oh, well, that sounds that. She says, it's basically skincare with colour pigments in. She goes, it's got Opti-Light technology in. So it's like having a film crew around you all of the time. Your makeup just bounces back off. Category 2, cosmetic. I was like, love it. Category 3, personal care, hair care, body. She goes, everybody needs shampoo, everybody needs deodorant, everybody needs toothpaste, everybody needs hand wash at their sink. We've got products for the body, we've got sun cream, we've got all personal care. And I was thinking, everybody uses those things. If nobody uses skincare or makeup, everybody uses personal care. Genius. I was like, okay, so what's category 4? She said, the best. I was like, what is it? She said, our nutrition range. She said, our nutrition range is the best nutrition range in the whole world. She said, we are vegan. Everything's vegan, actually. We are vegan. And she said, and we're gluten free. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never heard of a company that is vegan and gluten-free. Because I know a lot of people that are gluten intolerant. I told her, I said, but yeah, when they eat gluten, it causes problems, so they don't eat it. But they're still getting problems because the products they put onto themselves, their shampoo on their hair, their face wash, their makeup, their deodorant, their toothpaste, their hand wash at the sink, it's got gluten in. And obviously, we know our skin soaks in what we put on it, because you've only got to look at the contraception patches or nicotine patches. When they put them on, they soak in to the body the same way products do. So I've never, ever, ever found another company that are vegan and gluten-free. I was like, this is going to appeal to everybody that I know. Everybody I know has a gluten intolerance, and they are looking for gluten-free products that are also not tested on animals. And she goes, Danny, gets better. I was like, okay. She goes, our nutrition range are designed, it's not designed for weight loss, it's designed to help you be healthier on a day-to-day basis. And I thought, I need that. I said, I'm always tired. I've always got fatigue. She goes, I've been using it. She goes, I feel amazing every single day. She goes, you need to try it. And I was like, I'm in, I'm trying it. So she told me about the 4 categories. And then she also mentioned that all of the products are free from the toxins. Because I said to her, you know, if they are so good, why are they not sold in shops? And she said, 1, they'd be inaffordable. She goes, products have to go up 80% to be sold in a shop. She was like, are you kidding me? These products are so good. They're good enough to work on word of mouth. They don't need to go up 80% to be sold in a shop. They don't need a celebrity to endorse them. People are looking for these types of products. They will use the products based on a word of mouth recommendation, and they will never, ever use anything else ever again. Why would we sell them in a shop? Shops are there to sell products because that's the only way they can sell them. She goes, when your product is that good, you don't need to sell it in a shop. She goes, look at 50 Shades of Grey. That book did not pay for 1 iota advertising because the book was so good. This is not my opinion, but this is just fact. The book was good enough for people to recommend it across the board, and it was, obviously we know the success of 50 Shades of Grey. There wasn't a penny spent on advertising because it was good enough to sell itself. The same with Porsche. Porsche don't advertise. Porsche cars are that good, they do not need to advertise and don't need to be sold through the traditional business model because it'd go up 80% in price. She goes, our products are that good, they don't need it. I was like, okay, get that, brilliant. She goes, they can be brought down in price. She goes, and because they're not sold in a shop, Danny, they don't need shelf life preservatives. And I was like, hang on a minute, because I know that products that are sold in a shop have to have parabens in. Like, parabens are obviously horrible, found in cancers. Everybody's trying to avoid parabens these days. But I know that everything in a shop has a paraben in it to give it the 7-year shelf life. I said, how do these Arbonne products get away with not having that? Because I'd love to use paraben-free products, but I've never, ever found paraben-free products because everywhere I look in the shops, it's got paraben in it because it needs the 7-year shelf life. It's a legal requirement. She said, wow, because the products aren't sold on a shelf, they're distributed from where they're made at the manufacturers straight to the customer's door. They go straight from where they're made to the customer's door, from farm to table, straight away, courier delivery. No middle process, no warehouse, no, so they go from the manufacturer, yeah. So no wholesaler, no middle people, no sitting on a shelf in the back of a supermarket, no sitting on a shelf, cut that straight out. So she said they use plant-based ingredients like bilberries and blueberries to give them that little bit of preservative, but they only last 12 months or even 2 years maximum. And that's great because she said if you were to buy an apple and you pick that apple up and somebody in the shop assistant said that was picked fresh today from a tree, you'd be pleased. I said, yeah, of course I would. I'd be like, oh, that's nice, picked straight from a tree today. Lovely, lovely apple. So, but if you picked up the same apple and the shop assistant said that was picked 7 years ago and it's there for sale, and you looked at it and it looked just like a normal apple, you'd look at it and think, if this was picked 7 years ago and it still looks like a normal apple, what on earth have they put in there? What have they put in there? What parabens and preservatives have they put in there to make it look like a normal apple still when it was picked 7 years ago? Like, that's scary. So I'd put that apple back. That's what our products are like, she said. Our products are all plant-based, they're fresh ingredients, they're sourced from around the globe. We are the best of the best, and we work from a word-of-mouth referral system. By this point, I was totally blown away. I was like, do you know what? The products sound amazing. And she even gave me some to take home, and I was even more blown away by the products. And I knew I was going to at least be a customer for life anyway, using these products. Even though I didn't buy nice products at the time, I got it. I got that I wanted paraben free. I got that you pay for what you get. I knew that if I paid more for better quality products, they were going to last longer, and they did. So actually, in the long run, I saved a lot of money anyway. And I knew it would improve my family's health. So I was like, I'm willing to pay for my family's health. So I knew I was going to be a customer for life. I got the whole concept. I got it, and I knew I wanted to be all in. But there was one thing that concerned me. And I said to her, I've got no experience of building a business, Emma. I've got no experience of building an online business. I don't know how to build a website. And she was like, let me stop you there. She goes, the website's built for you. And I was like, what? Websites cost thousands of pounds. She says, not with Arbonne. It's a bit like an online franchise, she said. She goes, it costs you £56 UK pounds, 79 USA dollars, 105 Australian dollars. She said, so £56 UK sterling pounds. She goes, you pay that once, and that builds your whole website. You just got to add a photograph of yourself to it, and maybe a little bit of about yourself. I'm like, well, I can do that. And she said, and every 12 months you pay a renewal. I was like, okay, how much is that? And she said, £22. I was like, what? And she said, basically, that's you in business then. She goes, then what you do with it is your choice. She goes, it's a bit like buying a gym membership. You buy the gym membership, you pay your renewal. She goes, but then it's up to you what you do with your gym membership. You can do nothing with it, and nothing will change in your life. Or you do a lot with your gym membership. And I was like, oh my God, I've had gym membership before, I've done nothing with it. And she said, full training is there if you want it. And I was like, if I want it? She goes, yeah. She goes, it's your business, your choice. You don't have a boss. You do whatever you want with your business. I was like, well, I do want it. And she goes, it's there. I said, well, what's in place? And she goes, well, you choose what you want to do. She goes, but basically, we've got weekly online team training, which is always recorded if you can't get on live. It's on Sunday night. And I was like, brilliant. I like the sound of that. I don't do anything else on Sunday night. It'd be nice to, you know, have some new friends I can have some fun with on a Sunday night. She was like, yeah, it's lots of fun. She goes, once a month we get together for recognition. I was like, recognition? She goes, yeah. She goes, you get flowers, you get jewelry, you get books, you get given lots of gifts, you come up on stage, you get congratulated. She goes, and if you can't be there in person, we do a live stream of it. I was like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. Yeah. She goes, and if you help other people across the world that want to start their business, they'll have a local one that they can go to as well. They're all over the world. I was like, wow, once a month recognition. I'm liking the sound of that. She goes, yeah. She goes, we have 2 conferences a year. One is global in Las Vegas. And I was like, oh, I've always wanted to go to Las Vegas. Yeah. She goes, and one is, there's one in every country. She was like, so in the UK, we have one every year in the UK. And this year it's in Glasgow and in September. And I was like, oh, that sounds so much fun. A conference. Wow. Like a 2-day conference. And wow. And she was like, yep. So there's that. She goes, we've got a private consultants only page that you get full support on. She goes, we've got an exclusive WhatsApp group that you can ask loads of questions on, and you can be involved with that. And she goes, and then with your online website, when you log into your website, we've got something called The Source, which is basically like Arbonne's version of Google for everything Arbonne. You can ask any question on there. You can speak to the scientist behind the products. You can speak to the head office. You can speak to the founder's son from Arbonne, Stan Mock. She's like, you've got access to everything. As you can imagine, my eyes were like popping out my head, and I was just like, okay, so let's get this straight. If I'm looking at starting a business, which, let's face it, I can't afford not start this. Can you imagine if I'd said no to this business, and then 5 years passed, all the people that I knew were starting an Arbonne business using Arbonne products, and I was the person that said, no, I can't afford it, or no, I haven't got the time. I was like, I can't afford to say no to this. I was like, I'm all in. I was like, but let me get this straight. The products are amazing, which absolutely, I knew they were anyway, because the fact that they've moved through word of mouth recommendation only is just. So I knew that they were amazing. The products are amazing. Great. I can easily build a customer base of people that I don't know. I didn't know many people at the time, but I knew that I'd be able to find people that were looking for like me, we're looking for paraben free. Like me, we're looking for vegan products. Like me, we're looking for gluten free products. I knew I'd be able to find people looking for what I was looking for. I knew that didn't even enter my head to think, oh, I won't be able to find anybody to market to. That made sense. I was like, easy. I knew that I didn't have any time, but I was aware that, yes, I didn't have any time at the time. I was always in and out of hospital with Ivana. I've got 2 children. I've got a very busy life, and Ian was always at work. But I thought, if I don't do something now, in 5 years' time, when my children are 9 and 10, nothing's going to have changed. I need to sacrifice something so that I can have a different life. And I did sacrifice something. I sacrificed TV, stopped watching TV. Instead of watching TV 2 hours a day, I worked on my business 2 hours a day on my mobile phone, on my laptop. So I got that. And I just thought, and I've got full teaching, training, coaching, support and advice if I want it. It's there if I want it, as and when, forever. I was like, Emma, you have fallen on a gold mine. Amazing. And she said, there's so much more I haven't told you, Danny. I was like, she goes, you get a Mercedes when you reach level 3. She goes, there's only 4 levels. Reach level 3, it signifies how many people you've helped in the process. They give you a white Mercedes. Well, actually, they give you a cash bonus of £500 a month to buy or lease a white Mercedes of your choice. She goes, you can earn trips. And on that, while I've been building my business, I've actually earned 3 trips to Arizona. I've earned a Caribbean cruise trip, Bahamas, took my girls to Disney World. I've been to Las Vegas 3 times. The trips are incredible. I've just earned a trip to Mexico, which I'm going on shortly, and a trip to California. Amazing. So trips, wow. My family absolutely love me because I'm taking them on all these amazing trips around the world. We used to collect sun tokens and go on a caravan holiday once a year to Great Yarmouth, which we absolutely loved. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the reason why we did that was because we had no other option. That was our only option. That was our only way to have a holiday. So now there's another way, and that is by helping people understand the information about what's in products these days and what's not in our products and how much more beneficial they are. And it's their choice whether they choose to go and watch the film I recommended or not watch the film I recommended. It doesn't matter to me. Half the people say yeah, half the people say no. That's fine. So all I do is share this information, and some say yes, some say no, and it enables me to earn trips because I'm just talking and helping more people. It's been an incredible journey, and I've got to say to Emma, thank you, Emma, for answering all my questions, for putting on Facebook one day that what you were doing and letting me message you to say, what is it that you do? I need to know more about this. I am beyond grateful. Because of you telling me about this business, I've improved my health, my family's health. I am healthy and energized every day now. I don't have depression or anxiety anymore. I don't have confidence issues anymore. I don't have low self-esteem issues anymore, which I used to. This business has literally brought me out of my shell. I have so many friends now, whereas before I didn't have any friends. I had a handful of friends that, to be honest, they probably just tolerated me more than anything else. And now I've got people that actually embrace who I am, and they actually like me, I think, as well, which is always really nice. I've got a gorgeous white Mercedes, which I love. I go on all these amazing trips. I've enabled my husband to leave his job, which is obviously incredible. And I'm just loving life. So Emma, thank you so much for telling me about this business. So I'm going to wrap up. If you've watched this and you are in any way inspired by what it is that I've done, I want you to know that I'm one in thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have made an Arbonne business a success. But I want you to know it is effort-based. I want you to think about having an Arbonne business the same way as having a gym membership. It is easy to start an Arbonne business, just as it's easy to buy a gym membership. What you do with it is your choice. Some people do nothing. And if you know somebody that did nothing with their Arbonne business, and you might hear them say, Arbonne doesn't work, I want you to think, actually, Arbonne does work for so many people, but it didn't work for you. And that's the same as going to the gym. The gym works. It doesn't work for some people, but it's not the gym that stops it working for people. It's the people that have the gym membership. So it is an effort-based business. To make an Arbonne business a success, you have to like helping people. You have to like to go above and beyond, go the extra mile. You have to think about solutions. You have to be an entrepreneur rather than think, oh, I haven't got the time, and oh, I haven't got £56 to start a website, and oh, I can't learn how to do this, I can't do this, can't do this. If you're that type of person that very much focuses on what you can't do and sees the negative, you're probably not going to make an Arbonne business a success, because you do have to be a solution finder. You have to be the sort of person like me that's, well, I haven't got the money, I don't know anybody, and I'm in hospital, but I'm going to make it work anyway. I'm going to figure it out. You have to be an entrepreneur at heart. You have to be a solution finder. And if you are a solution finder, then you are going to be you're going to have a good foot ahead of everybody else starting an Arbonne business. You have to like people. If you don't like people, it's not the business for you. You have to like people. You have to enjoy wanting to help people. People that make Arbonne a success are people that like to volunteer, people that like to go above and beyond, people that like to hold doors open for people, people that like to selflessly do selfless acts things like that. People that love to genuinely listen to what people are saying to find a solution for them. People like that make Arbonne a very make it a successful business. So what I want you to do now is, if that sounds like you, if you sound like the sort of person that you think in 5 years time, my life is going to be no different unless I do something differently now, and for the next 5 years I'd work on doing something that's going to change our lives. So if you're sat there thinking that, and you think, I want to improve my health, I want to get paid from a company just to be healthier, which is basically what we do, we're just paid to be healthier, and then help other people do the same. And I want to do something fun. I want to get involved. I want to be a part of this community. I want to be fun. I want to earn these trips. I want to go and volunteer. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to go on mission trips. I want to give to charity. You know, if you're thinking about all these things, then what you need to do is you need to contact a Arbonne consultant that you know. And if that's me, I absolutely look forward to hearing from you. I love it when people message me and say, tell me a bit more about what you do, because I'm thinking it might be a fit for me. And then ask me your questions. You can have questions, that's fine. Just send me your questions. Let's have a chat either on the phone or by message, and we'll have a discussion and we'll work out if it's a fit for you or not. You know, I'll be quite honest, I've seen thousands of people start an Arbonne business. I know what type of person makes it a business success and what type of person doesn't make it a success. The type of people that make it a success are the people that have courage, that are scared, but they just send that message anyway and just go, I think I want to do it, I need to know more about it. People that care about other people, those people like you that want to be healthier, that want to have a better life, that have got that passion for more in their life, whatever more is for you. It might be more free time as a family, it might be more money, it might be more giving to charity, it might be healthier, whatever more it is for you. You are the sort of person that I see that makes Arbonne a success. The people that don't make a success are the people that are very negative. They see a problem in everything. For every solution an entrepreneur comes up with, a negative person sees a problem in it. Those people don't make it a success. So let's have a chat, because I can actually see what types of people, you know, can embark in the next 5 years and make this an incredible, successful business. If it's not me that you know, and you know another Arbonne consultant, pop them a message. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to have a chat with you as well and answer your questions, and, you know, see if it's going to be a fit for you over the next 5 years. And it's just been incredible. It has been an incredible journey, and I can't wait for more. I cannot wait to help more people get started with their Arbonne business. And I look forward to hearing about when you tell your story about me and say, well, Danny said this and Danny said that. And then, you know, because obviously I get to tell a story about Emma, and it'd be lovely to hear the story told about myself and how successful you've been based on the information that I got to share with you today. So thank you so much. I'm now going to go off and watch my daughter at a swimming lesson, because I've dropped off at school, now she's at a swimming lesson. So the joys of obviously working from home means you can make your family your complete top priority. So thank you so much, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you soon.